Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. Come back soon.
Hey, you guys, it is me, yours truly, Little Blue Eyes, Frankie G. How are y'all doing today? I hope everybody is wonderful. I am, thank you. I know you were wondering, so I thought I'd throw that out there. But, guys, I got my next and final 5 most requested, or not most requested, most recommended creepy slash scary horror movies, non-slasher, for September, heading into October, getting us into that fall mood and that Halloween mood. So it took me a bit for this one, guys. There were a couple movies I had, and I went back and forth on them. I couldn't make up my mind, to be perfectly honest, on a few. So I ended up switching a couple out, and I kind of went with a different theme. It's kind of like a mixed theme, but the original one I was going to go with, I was kind of like, I don't know. And it was kind of like a little bit all over the place too. So I felt like with this being the last video, before I get into slashers in October, I wanted this one to be more based on Halloween itself. So to really get us going into October. And some of the movies are like Halloween creature kind of things, more traditional Halloween story, and then some are anthology based Halloween stories. So, but they all kind of go around Halloween. So, without further ado, let's go. All right, our first movie, guys. This one is the scariest one out of all the movies I'm recommending. So, I don't know if anybody's seen this one. If you have, make sure you comment. Let me know what you thought. But this one is VHS, as you can see from the picture. This movie came out in 2012. The director of this movie most recently did Ready or Not. I don't know if anybody went and saw that. I thought it was a great movie. The only thing I didn't like about it was there was some really dark stuff towards the end that they kind of do with the actors, like it's part of the script. But it was a good movie, really well directed. VHS is really well directed. It is another one of those sort of found footage style. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's based found footage. It's a group of guys that they're kind of thuggy or whatever. A bunch of hoodlums. They are asked or hired by a third party to break into a house, and they want them to steal a VHS cassette. Some people may not know what a VHS cassette is, and for all you young people, it is. It looks like a tape, but it's big, and it goes into a VCR. But anyway, they are going in to steal this cassette, and they start to watch it, and basically it's like an anthology. So once that happens, and it kind of gets into different things, it's like a bunch of different stories happening, and they're all really, honestly, they're really creepy and really scary. Some of them are really, really scary. Kind of like some are disturbing, some are just creepy in general. Some might not be necessarily as scary as others, but for me overall, I thought it was a really creepy, scary movie, found footage style. I loved the stories in it. The acting in it I thought was pretty good. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I thought this would be a really good choice to kind of kick it off into like a scary kind of mood. But as I progress through these movies for these recommendations, they're gonna kind of digress a little bit and get less scary. But I just kind of wanted to throw this one in there. Again, it's an anthology, well directed. The guy has an eye for directing. It's Matt Bettinelli Open, and again, he did Ready or Not just recently. Go check out the trailer for this. You guys may be surprised and think, "Whoa, this actually does look pretty scary." So I definitely recommend it. I hope you guys check it out if you haven't. If you have already seen it, let me know what your thoughts were. All right, guys. So let's go to the second movie. Again, keeping with the same thing. This is kind of an anthology-based sort of story. It kind of okay. When I say anthology, it's really it's one big story, okay, happening in this town, but it's done in like Quentin Tarantino's style, like Pulp Fiction style. It kind of bounces around, and it's a bunch of little short stories that are happening throughout, and then they kind of reconnect as the movie progresses and it gets towards the end. This movie, I really enjoyed this movie. It has a really good cast in it. It has, gosh, tons of people. Dylan Baker, Rochelle Aids. I don't know, just a bunch of really good people. Some people that like you may not have heard of, but if you watch the movie, you'll see, oh yeah, I know them. And I'm not going to go into all the names and all the actors and what they were in and all that stuff. I'm not going to go into heavy detail, but the movie is really good. And in certain scenes, it kind of like it's aware of itself. It's not like it's really, really good. It's not overly serious in some scenes. Some scenes are kind of funny. It is very creepy in some scenes. This is more kind of Halloween story based, like I guess in a way. I really think that I don't know. I think it was scary. Parts were more scary than others, but it wasn't over the top scary. Okay, it had parts that were like, oh, whoa, okay, and it had kind of like a little bit like on the edge of your seat, like what's happening, what's gonna happen. But for the most part, I didn't find it that scary. I just thought it was a good story with good Halloween stories thrown in it, and it overall made for a good movie. The Pulp Fiction style of it was really good. There is some gore in it, but not bad gore. It's not over the top at all. I don't think the most graphic thing. There's only one part that's kind of got something graphic, but it's not even like you don't even see it happen. You just kind of see it after the fact, so it's not too bad. But it's a really good movie if you like that kind of anthology mixed up story timeline thing, but then they throw it back together. They kind of did that with It in some parts. It chapter 2, I gotta say. So just as a heads up, if you like that kind of thing, this is your cup of tea. All right, next movie is Tales of Halloween. Okay, so like I saw this one not too long ago, actually fairly recent on Amazon Prime. And this movie again is kind of anthology based. It's 2 hours long, and it has I think 20 stories in it. Each one are really, really short. They're like 10 minutes to max. Some are super short. And this movie is really neat. It's not the greatest movie in the world by any stretch of the imagination, but each one of these stories is done with its own different take or style and taste. And some are really funny, some are really creepy, some are gory. There are a few right in a row that, oh my God, I thought they were so good. And it touches on like so many different horror tropes that it really makes for a good movie. Like, I mean, you name it, if it's Halloween based, anything like Halloween based monster or whatever, it's kind of got it all in it. Um, excuse me. It again is an anthology with 20 different short stories, but just like Trick or Treat, these are all in the same town, so they all kind of connect in a way. Um, really, really interesting movie to say the least, but good. Again, they all have different things. Some are funny, some are scary, some are creepy, some are gory. So if you want to mix a hodgepodge of stuff, and you don't want to get too invested, and you want to just be like, oh, okay, you see 10 minutes of a quick short story, this is the movie for you. I thought it was very entertaining. I actually really enjoyed it. Lady saw it and she was like, it was okay, but I thought it was really good. You kind of got to like take it for what it's worth. It's like it almost gets B level in some scenes or some stories, but it's great, guys. I liked it a lot, so I'm recommending it. All right, guys, the next one, classic here, guys. Before there was the Twilight and all that lame glittery body paint or whatever it was, and I got a pouty face, but I love him and he loves me, and blah blah blah, and yada yada yada, and let's stretch what could be a good movie into 6 movies or 5 movies just to make a buck. Before all that happened, we had Lost Boys. Man, growing up, this movie was fantastic. It had a great cast. Like, the actors in it were all like big name, like popular people. It has Corey Feldman in it, who is from Friday the 13th Part 4, guys. He kills Jason. He plays Tommy Jarvis. It has Corey Haim. It has Jason Patrick. Kiefer Sutherland as the main vampire, and it's got Edward Herman and a bunch of different people. Okay, so there's just so many people in this movie. It's about a family that moves into this small town, and they're trying to fit in and this and that, and then there's this gang, and long story short, the gang's vampires. So, guys, it's got such a great soundtrack, such a great cast. A lot of funny moments in it, and a lot of like creepy moments. It's not like over the top scary, but it is one of the best vampire movies that has been made. If you like vampire movies, like I liked Bram Stoker's Dracula, but it was so slow and it was more artsy and what have you. And I don't even know. Like, I think the Dracula Reimagined or whatever it was, that's been probably one of my more favorite ones recently, because it was just more, it's just more stylish and cool. But out of all the other vampire movies, I think The Lost Boys was probably my favorite. It's really cool. I highly recommend it. Way better than any of that trashy Eclipse or whatever Twilight movies that came out. So go check it out. It is very 80s, but it rocks, man. It really kicks butt. Great soundtrack, too. Got one of the greatest theme songs ever. All right, guys. With that said, my last movie... Oh, sorry. I went from anthologies and Halloween into more Halloween creatures now. So, and old stories like that kind of can be Halloween-y, like vampires and stuff like that. So my final movie is Sleepy Hollow with the Headless Horseman, guys. One of my favorite Halloween stories. Okay, I love the whole Ichabod Crane, Headless Horseman story. I love the animated one when it comes around on TV. I just absolutely love it. In fact, I think I have it on DVD, the little animated one. Sleepy Hollow I have on DVD. In fact, I think I have Lost Boys and Sleepy Hollow on DVD. I do not have the other ones on DVD, but these two I do. And Sleepy Hollow to me is such an awesome movie. Some people may disagree. I think Johnny Depp's great in it. He adds a little bit of humor, but it's not like stupid. He's really good at acting in it. Artistically, this movie visually is just gorgeous. Oh my God, it is the most creepy Halloween feel movie I think I've ever seen. Like the way it looks, it's just so cool. Um, it's a little artsier looking, like I guess, than like The Witch that I recommended before, which I felt was very Halloween creepy. Um, but this movie, great story. The overall story is really good. It's better than just the cartoon version and the little tiny story that they give you there, little short story. This has a more in-depth story. It gets into witchcraft and all kinds of different things. Um, it's got a great cast, and it's one of my favorite Halloween styled movies, period. So you guys may like it, you may not. I'm sure most people have seen this movie. If you have, make a comment or leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Um, you know, again, it's one of my favorites. So I hope you guys, if you've seen it, you enjoyed it. If you haven't, I hope you go see it. I think Tim Burton is just amazing no matter what he does. I absolutely love his style. You could definitely tell when it's him, and this movie does have a piece like that style to it, but it's live action. So, but with that said, guys, like I said, I don't want to keep this too long. Those are my 5 movies that are going to get you into the October Halloween mood. Okay, at least I hope so. Go check them out. Make sure you guys hit that like button. And if you're new, please subscribe and hit the notification so you know when I upload more videos. I am going to try to do some slasher movie ones in October each week. And be on the lookout for next weekend. I will be dropping my 31 ranking. Okay, I've mentioned this in a few videos. The 31 ranking is the top 3 slasher franchises. You have Friday the 13th, Halloween, and Nightmare on Elm Street. They have 31 movies total between the 3 of them. I am going to rank all 31 of them, and I'm going to drop that either the last day of September or the first day of October. Maybe if you want to do a challenge, something interesting or fun, you can watch in order of my ranking, in order of the days of October. So my least favorite one, watch it on October 1st, all the way down to my favorite one on Halloween night. You can watch that one. Now, you guys may be surprised with what comes out. So I hope you guys check it out. That video may be a little bit longer than this. I'll tell you that because it's 31 movies I want to go through, and I'm not gonna get too in depth on them. I'm gonna be really quick, give you a couple little pieces of what I think about them, and keep moving on. But be on the lookout for that, guys. And I look forward to hearing your guys' comments. You guys have been really great dropping some comments lately on these 5 recommended movie videos, and I absolutely love it, guys. I love the interaction. I love talking about the movies. I love hearing your opinion. Everything is subjective, so I'm not offended if you don't like the movies. I've already had Canada already told me a couple movies she didn't like, but then a couple she'll try again, or she hasn't seen, maybe she'll try. I've actually was able to get her to watch a couple other movies that she didn't like before, and she ended up liking them later. So you never know, guys. Give these movies a shot. If you've seen them only once, try them again. You might like them. All right, guys, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Mwah! You know you guys are the best ever. And that's it. Thank you, guys. Much love. See you later. Bye.